I quit my podcast and I also quit making videos. So why am I making this one? Well, stick around and I will tell you why. Welcome to Freedom of the Pulpit podcast, where faith, culture, and lifestyle collide harmoniously. This is your host, Reverend Fernando. And the reason for this episode is to let you guys know exactly why I quit my podcast and why I quit making videos. But also within those reasons, I'm going to let you know why. First and foremost, I want to thank you. You are the reasons why I was doing it before. And you might be the reasons why I'm coming back now. But I want to explain to you guys why I quit in the first place, because I did quit. I quit for a very long time. And those reasons might not be the reasons that you might think why I did it, right? My reasons are very peculiar, but the reason I quit my podcast was because of a very simple reasoning, a very simple feeling, very simple emotion. But before I continue, please, I'm going to ask you, as I always do, hit that like button, press that share button, and allow other people to see why, hey, Reverend Frankie decided to quit his podcast. And again, I want to thank everyone that has encouraged me to continue. But even with those encouragements, I stopped, right? And the reason I stopped was because of just one very, very main thing. But then a lot of things played along with it. And I have to say that that main thing was self-indulgence. Now, you might think, well, he was probably sinning and doing all these things. Honestly, it had nothing to do with any of that. It was just a self-indulgence because of the season that I was in. I was in this season that I needed to, quote unquote, take care of me or find more me time. And within that time, the only space that I had to take care of myself was a very small time frame. But that same very small time frame was the time that I used to set out to not only record my episodes, but to also do research on my episode. You see, making these videos, making this podcast, you just don't get in front of a mic and just start talking. You have to do research. You have to know what you're talking about when you put this information out there for everybody to scrutinize. So you have to come correct. And those things take time. Those things take research. And there are times when life gets busy. But last year, after going through everything that I was going through with the passing of my mom, and not only the passing of my mom, certain things that happened with my son, he had to get surgery, so on and so forth, I found myself being pulled left and right. And I started saying to myself, well, you need to find some me time and you need to take care of yourself. And these self-indulgences came in. Now, I'm not saying that the ones that I partook in are bad, because one of those is video games. I've always enjoyed video games. I always loved video games. But I was finding myself playing them a little bit too much, behind the excuse that I needed escapism. That's another thing that I developed years ago, that I picked up years ago, escapism. And yes, escapism is important in specific seasons of our lives. But I was using that as an excuse to not doing what I was supposed to be doing. I was using that as an excuse for not nurturing the platform that was giving to me. And I find myself playing more video games than ever before. I also find myself watching more shows than ever before. And I think a lot of us use that as an excuse also to self-indulge or to take care of ourselves or to have more me time. And I found myself watching more series now. Yes, not saying that these things are bad. I'm not saying that at all. But there are times when we allow those things to take more time from us. time that we should be allotting to different things. Now, was that taken away from my prayer time? No. Was that taken away from my Bible study time? No. Was that taken away from my reading time? No. But it was taken away from the time that I set apart to work on this podcast. And because of that, I quit. Because I was saying I don't have room in my life for this podcast. I don't have room in my life for Freedom Off the Pulpit podcast. I don't have room in my life to make these YouTube videos. I don't have room in my life to go out and create thumbnails and do the research, the extra research that I need to do to put effort into this podcast. So for a long time, I quit. But why am I back? Why am I making this video? Well, the reason I'm making this video is because of the core mission of this podcast. The core mission of this podcast was to always have an open space where we can come together as Christians, as believers, and have different opinions on various topics without having to be judged or ostracized if we have a different biblical viewpoint. I found myself seeing that we were still missing that platform when us as believers can come together and just have a conversation, even though we might differ within that conversation, and at the same time, not judge each other for having that different viewpoint. I saw myself seeing that space was still lacking. And that is the core mission of Freedom Off the Pulpit podcast. Hence the reason why I named it the way that I did. Because there are things that we cannot speak on from the altar. But yet there are burning questions, burning topics. Some might say controversial. I might say eye-opening. We all are not going to have the same viewpoint on specific topics that's going around, that's happening around us, that is shaping our thought, shaping our theology, shaping our lifestyle. In Freedom Off the Pulpit podcast, I want to set it up to be that platform. I want to set it up to the point that I can have different people, maybe from different religions, and we can come here and have a conversation, not a confrontation. So we can speak to each other, put our viewpoints on the table, put them on the scale, weigh them out, but yet afterwards, be able to go grab a coffee, be able to sit down and have a steak, be able to break bread afterwards. And that's what I wanted Freedom Off the Pulpit podcast to be. And that's what I want Freedom Off the Pulpit podcast to be. I want it to be that open platform where we can come together and have that conversation without saying, you know what? Hey, you're going to hell. Right? Because most of the time when we disagree with people, they say, I don't agree with what you're saying, so I think you're going to hell. No, it doesn't necessarily have to be that way. We can have different viewpoints, differing viewpoints, and still look each other in the eye and say, you are my brother, you are my sister. So that's the reason for this quick, short video. Just to let you guys know that Freedom Off the Pulpit podcast is back. And I am going to make it my mission to be consistent for you guys, to come every Thursday at 12 p.m. and present an episode that's going to be edifying, that's going to be uplifting, that it might be controversial. Let me not beat around the bush. That can be controversial, but yet at the same time, a platform when you can come, you can talk, you can express yourself, and then be able to feel good about expressing your viewpoint. And then we will sit here and be behind these cameras, behind these mics, and challenge each other. Because I believe that within that challenge, there is going to be growth. And not only growth from your part, but also growth from mine. Because there might be some viewpoints where I can err a bit. There are viewpoints that I can grow from. And I want Freedom Off the Pulpit podcast to be that type of platform. So we are going to be consistent on bringing you those topics, having this platform here for you. I want to apologize for being out for so long. I want to apologize to each and every person that has pushed me, each and every person that has always watched, each and every person that has always supported Freedom Off the Pulpit podcast. I want to apologize to you at this moment for that long layoff. But with the grace of God, with the power of the Holy Spirit that is within each and every one of us, I'm going to make my best effort to present myself before you every Thursday at 12 p.m. So before I go, I want to leave you guys with this, something that was cooking in my mind. Man, I thought that it was so powerful. I shared it with my girlfriend. She's sitting right here next to me, making sure that I cross my T's and dot my I's. She's keeping me on point. One of these days, we're going to bring her on. She was on a previous podcast, but hopefully we can have her on more and more often. But this is something that I was sharing with her, and it really impacted me. There are times when we think that miracles are supposed to only happen in this grandeur scheme. But there are times that we forget that God has called us to be a miracle unto others. And sometimes you think that you cannot be a miracle to a person. But just the simple fact of you showing up, just the simple fact of you saying hello, just a simple phone call, just a simple dinner, a brunch, just the simple fact of you being there present can be a miracle to that person. And there are times we're just waiting for this big thing to happen. But we completely and utterly forget that we are the people, we are the miracle that sometimes some people need. You yourself can be that miracle. Don't count yourself out. You yourself can be a miracle to a person that might just need a voice, that might just need a word, or better yet, might just need your presence, might just need for you to be there, for you to show up, for you just to be around. So on today, with this video, with this message, I want to challenge you for you to be that miracle that that person needs. You might be sitting in the train and the Holy Spirit is putting within you to speak to the person that's next to you. Or it could be as simple as this. You're walking down the street. Someone is looking at you and staring at you. And all they need is for you to wave hello or say hi. That simple hello, that simple hi can brighten their day. Because you might not know what they're going through. But your ray of sunshine, your word of hello, your word of hi, that pleasantness that God has placed in you can be the miracle that that person needs. So don't you ever forget that miracles don't really always have to happen in the grand scheme. Because God has placed us on this earth for specific situations and to carry out specific miracles in the lives of others. Again, thank you. Very short video. We'll be seeing more of each other down the road. And for each and every person that has supported so far, thank you. Once again, if you can so lovingly just hit that like button. Let us reach out to others, to other people that might need to hear this. There might be people that at this moment are thinking of quitting YouTube also. And I want to encourage you not to do it. Or quitting podcasting. And God has given you a voice to do it and a mandate and a road to do it. So I want to advise you, don't quit. Keep going forward. It is not easy. Trust me. I know. But yet, your platform is what God is separating at this moment, at this time, for a time like we're living on today. So God bless you, God keep you, and we'll see each other in the following episode. Take care.